Hello everyone, welcome back to Sports Khabri. I'm Rahul. With me, like always, are Hiren and Arnava. Arnava's just joining. I know he's not in the frame, but he'll be here in just a bit. Hiren, interesting game, of course, today. Arnava's also here. Hi Arnava. 2-1 to Odisha in the end. Of course, it's a big game when you talk about the race at the top. Hiren, firstly, I'll come to you. What do you make of this game? Big win for Odisha and yeah, a bad one for the Blasters.
First of all, hello to everyone. Hello, Rahul Arnav sir. Definitely, it's a big game in terms of the tabletop race. Now, Odisha, you can say, move up to the second place with the 27 point. No doubt, they have a many two more game than you can say FC Goa, but they move past to the uh, Kerala Blaster, and definitely one of the setback for Kerala Blaster to lose a match. But if you see, I think Kalinga Stadium, their Kerala Blaster record is very bad. They didn't able to win a single match there. They just drew one out of after this match, 7 matches, 6 loss and 1 draw. So that's not a you can say happy hunting ground for the Kerala Blaster. And I think this is going to be the challenge for Kerala Blaster in the remainder of the season because they left with the 9 matches, and out of that 9 matches, 5 matches are away matches. So they need to you can say produce a better result at the away matches if they are targeting that shield race, or you can say for the second or third finish. Then I think those result will be crucial. But they started very well. I think first half was a good from the Kerala Blaster, and that 11th minute goal from Dimanta Coast, that was a very good goal. And Sudesh also in the right side has made a very good, you can say, their run and great cross from him. But I think in second half, I think Odisha FC come with a little bit more intensity, and I think defensive in set pieces. I think you can say Kerala Blaster is struggle. First goal, if you see Roy Krishna's goal, I think that what is Preetham Kotal doing there? I think he's walking or what? I think I mean he's you can say walking like in a garden type situation. So that's a great corner from the Emma Jau and brilliant feelings from Roy Krishna. Second is also same mistake from Leskovic. He left his marker, and you can't leave a striker like Diego Mauricio or Roy Krishna in such a situation. And that's an open header for Roy Krishna, and he put it out really well. So I don't think so. Sachin Suresh much can do there to stop those two goals and to quality finish. And 53rd, 57th minute, you can say goal from the Roy Krishna. And after that, I think they managed the game very well. In second half, I don't see that much threat created by the Kerala Blaster side, to be honest. And I think overall, I think Odisha FC has created more chances, and in terms of the second half, so I think they win the match.
Yeah. I know. Just coming talk about the game, of course. Hiren did mention that early goal from Diamanda, because who's sort of been the main man since Adrian Luna got injured, and he's been sort of carrying the Blasters. But Odisha again hit back with two sort of similar goals, balls into the box, headed nicely by the striker. And we've seen that aerial threat from Odisha throughout, I mean, the campaign. And is that something that you think they've actively worked on? Because they're always a threat aerially. You've got guys like Roy Krishna, Maurizio, of course, with other fall at the back who can also come in for corners. The aerial threat again made the difference today.
It is always an issue for the opponent, because if you have a player like Ahmed Jahu on, with his corners, with his free kicks, it's always dangerous.
Yeah.
That is one. And then Amay Ranawade, who to me amongst the right back is most probably the most improved in the last few weeks and months. And a Roy Krishna who wants to perform. He didn't have a good first half. I thought the Blasters looked better to me in the first 45, even though you saw, and I don't know what happens to Odisha. Odisha sort of is a very slow starters, right? The first 15 minutes, 20 minutes, first half an hour, let it go. And then I don't know what happens at the water break. I don't know if Lobera says something and suddenly the team is a different team and they suddenly start playing football, and they come out for the second 45 and they're even more better team in the second 45. So that's an interesting one which I've been seeing. And Roy Krishna now having 50 goals in the ISL. I mean, that's a huge feat for a striker. So therefore, from that perspective, in the end, if you take the 90 minutes, Odisha deserved to win. I think it was not enough from the Blasters to go away and try to get something from Odisha FC if they want to win the Shield title. I think we've discussed it multiple times in the past. The Blasters at home are one of the best teams in this league, but their away form could be the crux really if they want to really be able to challenge for the Shield.
Yeah, I know, and it's quite concerning because I think this was that game they had to at least get something from, and they had to sort of not lose because with FC Goa winning yesterday, they've pulled away. Now, I mean, they played 2 games lesser and they're a point ahead. So that way, I think it makes a huge difference. Hiren, do you think this was a very crucial game in terms of the title race? Because I think now FC Goa can really jump ahead of the Blasters and it'll get a little more one-sided. I feel. I mean, again, it's just my personal opinion. I just feel like if FC Goa win one more, then it gets quite one-sided. What do you think?
Definitely, I think in that sense also, I think it's a very very crucial game because I think now that top four, top five teams are goes into the calculation. These last 10, 11 matches and for Kerala plus the 9 matches. Now you calculate what are the opponents we have, what are the chances you have, what are the home matches. I think all of this calculation now start key if we want to go for a shield. And in that sense, I think for a Kerala Blaster, the challenge of remaining 5 away games will be crucial to finish them in the top three. To be honest, not to win a shield, but for top three finish also they need to do better in these 5 away games because I think the pressure from Odisha now Mohan Bagan we matlab, after that a little bit disappointing performance, everyone has you can say not talking much about them, but I think if they win a 2-3 in a trot, then they are also in a race. So they play the lesser matches. So I think Mumbai City is in a you can say key mix also. So definitely they need to plan a better away games. I think they need a more you can say as sir mentioned. I think a little bit look off in the second half. To be honest, I not see matlab, that much chances which they created in the first half. And for Odisha FC in this second half, I think there was a really really good one of the two. I think at the end of the uh, just before the game, I think that Isaac Chance was also good. ही आई थिंक डिफेंसिव लाइन केरला ब्लास्टर की आज मेरे को थोड़ी सी मतलब वो लगी जिस तरह से मिलोस त्रिंसिक लेस्कोविच थोड़े से स्लो लग रहे थे टू रिएक्ट द सिचुएशन पर्टिकुलरली इन दिस सेकंड हाफ एंड definitely they need to manage these games better if they remain into the top 3. Odisha FC also has played 13 matches, but I think if they continue like this, then definitely they can put a pressure on the FC Goa. But because one of the matches here and there, and I think the floodgates will open. So I think it is going to be I'm seeing it will go into the last match day to decide the you can say key who will be the sealed winner.
I think if that happens, it'll be very, very interesting. But I know, like he didn't mention an important point, which is sort of Mumbai City and Mohan Bagan are a little better placed now because they played a few games lesser. They've played Mumbai played 11, and then Mohan Bagan have played 10.
10.
So if they win their games, they technically they could sort of go ahead of the Blasters and Odisha. But of course, saying that is one thing, and actually coming away with those wins is another thing. So yeah, I mean, do you think these two teams can sort of really give it a go now? Mumbai City and Mohan Bagan, do you think they have it in them?
I think both of them have it in them. I think Mumbai City, of course, has had a few changes. Will be interesting to see how they cope with those changes against Jamshedpur on Sunday. And for Mohun Bagan, I think under Habas tomorrow, the derby, we'll speak about it in a little bit more detail later, is very, very important because if Mohun Bagan can win the derby, it puts a lot of pressure on the teams ahead of them, and again, both Mohun Bagan and Mumbai City, if they win the matches which they are missing to the others, they would actually go ahead of Kerala and of Odisha. And this is an interesting scenario that for Kerala, after the first half, you thought, what, Kerala looks like the strongest contender for the Shield against Goa, and then you watch the second 45 and think, what, Odisha looks much stronger. And I think we'll see a lot of these matches in the coming days and weeks. And for Goa, of course, it's an advantage if they win the 2 matches that they're short. They go on to 33. Again, so from that perspective, yes. But I think it's completely open. I think at the moment, and who can and who will win the league shield. I think that's the charm of this because, like today, Odisha took the points of Kerala. There will be teams taking points of all those 5 teams from each other, and also don't forget the rest of the league. So therefore there will be upsets, and therefore this is far from over. I think it'll go towards the last match day. Yeah, it's very, very likely to go there.
Just Rahul to inform that Australia scored just before the halftime against South
Oh,
Korea by a good win. That's a brilliant goal and defensive error from the South Korea side. So this game is going to be now crazy in the second half.
yeah, and in a very weird way, I think South Korea haven't stamped their authority on the tournament. They look like a side that can be beaten weirdly, and I think we were discussing this as well yesterday. That yeah,
But the point is with them is they've somehow gotten themselves always so far out of trouble in this tournament, right? I mean, even in the matches that they look to be losing, they got something out of it, right? Even against Malaysia, they got themselves out. Of course, they conceded a late goals, but but they've and to get past the Saudis with the 99th minute equalizer and then on penalties, it's not easy. I think if we see the top teams are there and South Korea has the potential. I think Yoon-min Son has not been as good as he can be. He's been good in patches, and the Australians look to me, they don't have that much of that individual brilliance, but they're good as a unit. I think that's the strength of the Australians, right? The South Koreans are much, much better when it comes to their players.
yeah.
Rahul Pindrop, yes, Pindrop has a good question. Read Danish performance.
Danish performance, guys. Danish Farooq
should have never finished the 90 minutes. Should have been sent off. That foul on Putea and the Blasters who are often, it's like with these Bengal fans that have said this, that they say that the referee is not their friend. Today they can thank the referee that two players were not sent off. The Leskovic foul, high foot from the back against Isaac. Could have been a red card. And Danish Farooq could have gotten a card for that foul on Putea, didn't get it. So can be very, very happy that he was able to finish the 90. But also he created that chance in the first half with a great save from Amarinder. So overall good. But we saw today a very interesting thing is what I was also looking at the Asian Cup is if our players are not tall enough, if they're if they're not tall enough, if they're not strong enough, they are physically out-muscled. So that's what we saw quite a lot of times. Nihal, unable to get past Delgado. Drincic, if he's in a physical battle, Isaac, all these guys don't have a chance against him. When Isaac dribbled past him, Drincic was on the ground. But that is something which you see where this physicality aspect, and this is something where
if you see the first goal of the Kerala Blaster also, Jerry is if you have a physical player there, then he could easily you can say on that right side can discomfort or you can say he dispossess that Sudesh. So I think definitely that's one of the aspect. And एक थोड़ा सा मेरे को ये लगता है सर कि सडनली इफ यू से इन ISL आई थिंक आज मैंने काफी बार देखा मैं भी वो इंटेंसिटी में मतलब वो कर रहा था कि किस तरह से हम उसमें पीछे है तो सडनली इफ यू सी कि प्लेयर एकदम से प्रेस करेगा फिर सडन से मतलब दोनों ही प्लेयर ड्रॉप हो जाते हैं दोनों ही टीम के कि वो मतलब एकदम से क्या बोलते हैं कि आप पासिंग को ढीला हो जाएगी या फिर वो प्रेसिंग एकदम से वो कर देंगे सो वो जो एक इंटेंसिटी चाहिए वो मतलब काफी बिट्स एंड पीसेस में दिखती है मतलब ऐसा नहीं दिखता कि आपको एक 5 मिनट का भी ऐसा वो नहीं दिखता कि मतलब सडन एक इंटेंस पीरियड आ रहा है इट्स जस्ट अबाउट द मोमेंट्स कि जहां पे आपको प्लेयर दिखता है कि प्रेस कर रहा है अदर देन दैट completely फिर वो क्या बोलते हैं कि पुल ऑफ कर जाता है
But again, I think we should not forget Indian weather conditions. I say that again
that's
and again.
And
the other problem which was visible today is, which I said also after the final, the state of the ground. They played so much of football on this ground in the last few weeks that the ground was not conducive to playing football on the ground, right? So these are realities. So from that perspective, these are realities. Again, look at the grounds in Qatar and look at the grounds in India. Our grounds are better than they used to be in the past. Let's be honest about that. But if you play a Super Cup like that at one venue with two grounds, the grounds will suffer at some stage with so many matches, and especially the main stadium. So therefore, these are realities. And Varun are saying that we should leave SAF and move to CAFA or WAF. It is not the decision of the AIFF or Indian football to say I want to move, right? It is it's not as if I have a wish, let me switch, or I say, you know what? Oh no, I'm not happy. Let me switch to CONCACAF. I switch to CONMEBOL. Football doesn't work like that. We're part of the South Asian region. We are the heart, or so to say, of the South Asian region. Therefore,
That's why, sir. I think that's why I tweeted that कि काफी सारे इंडियन फुटबॉल फैंस को फुटबॉल इकोसिस्टम कैसे काम करता है पूरे वर्ल्ड में उसको समझने की जरूरत है, उसके बाद अपनी डिमांड रखनी चाहिए.
Forget the world. Understand how Indian football works. I today posted my top 5 priorities of where I think which are the biggest priorities, right?
Sir,
people reply and don't even know what they're replying.
Exactly.
That is my concern.
I'm talking about this kind of point कि आपको ये छोड़ देना है, उसमें हमारे ऊपर थोड़ी ना डिपेंड है. AFC है, सामने वाला रीजन है, उसकी सारी डिसीजन है. दूसरा काफी सारे बोलते हैं कि फरवरी में हमें फ्रेंडलीज खेलने चाहिए बिफोर द वर्ल्ड कप क्वालिफायर्स. फिर ये जो कैंप के रिगार्डिंग एक बना रखा है कि हर मैच से पहले आपको इतना कैंप मिलना चाहिए. तो दिस आर द थिंग जो आपको अगर आप पूरा अगर वर्ल्ड का इकोसिस्टम समझेंगे कि किस तरह से क्लब फुटबॉल वर्क करता है हर कंट्री में और किस तरह से इंटरनेशनल फुटबॉल को प्रायोरिटी दी जाती है, तो आपकी बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग बनेगी कि और क्या राइट डिमांड है वो आपको पता चलेगा कि डिसीजन मेकर के सामने रखनी है. मतलब तो ये वाली चीज है, तो ये इसको ज्यादा समझने की जरूरत है.
A national coach around the world, if he gets 3 to 5 days, that's a lot. If a coach is asking for more time, he will only get more time depending on what kind of a season you play. Right? So from that perspective, you have to choose your best team. And today was a prime example that there are certain players who are good for Indian standards, but can they play at international level? People are talking about Isaac in the recent days. I didn't see, that Isaac physically is capable of competing at a higher level.
Higher level, I agree.
We saw yesterday Jay Shah needs time. Jay Gupta. Jay Gupta needs time to settle down. Parthiv Gogoi needs time. That is a real problem. We have a lot of these talented players, and it's no one in the world is waiting for India and its football.
Yep, absolutely. Again, back to Danish's performance. I think Pindrop had another question which was relating to his passing.
But he is not a, you can say, a great passer. He is more of a, you can say, a disruptor kind of a player.
Yeah, and I think he's taking that point that his passing is always. Yeah, I think that something that I've observed at BFC also, he was never the best passer of the ball. I don't think it was something he was in this game. So, yeah.
You have to see when he comes from Real Kashmir, where he was a creative player in the I-League. Now in the I-League, as an Indian footballer, you do get the opportunity to play in creative positions. But in an ISL, be it at BFC, I mean, is Danish Farooq going to play ahead of Javi Hernandez? Is he going to play at Blasters ahead of Adrian Luna? It's a very simple thing. So this guy has to mold his game. Now he's become a destructive element, let's say like a Glenn Martins, right? That has been given his role. And he's a fighter, he's a warrior, and he does whatever. Is his football good? Listen, if we start to talk about whose football is good or not, we'll have a general problem with our players, right? Because not many are left. So that's that, and then those who are technically good are physically not good enough.
Not good enough. Exactly. Isaac.
What Hiren said today, because we've watched so much of Asian Cup in the last few days, and especially if you look at now South Korea versus Australia, the Australians are, I mean, what do you want?
Assam by Kishore Kumar Sarda bhai, yes, by Assam mein ban raha hai bhai. Yes, sir.
So are you going to get a ladder and try to get up to the level of Harry Suter? It's not going to work. I mean, that's something that, we like it or not, Bob Houghton always, has done something about it in the past. And got Anwar and Gaurav Mangi really to be the heart of our defense. And that's the point, that you sometimes have to decide, this XYZ might be a very good player at Indian level, but can he compete at Asian level? And we saw that with Mahesh. If Mahesh gets away from his marker, great. If he has to physically outmuscle a marker, no chance. Especially against Syria, the 2-3 times he got pushed around. So these are sad realities of Indian football.
Yeah, Nikhil Pujari also pointed this out. the AFF did that sort of small media segment where they asked players to answer wrong questions, and he asked who would you hire as your bodyguard, and he said Mahesh. So yeah, so
Yes.
exactly. I think the players also know. So yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, guys, Kerala Blasters are back at home. I think next to Punjab. So
Hmm.
is that sort of the best possible game that they could have gotten after this to get back to winning ways and get that sort of momentum back in?
Definitely, I think definitely. For me, I think that kind of yes, yes, sir.
No. Sorry, you. Once you said.
डेफिनेटली बट आई क्वाइट मतलब मैं आज वो क्या बोलते फेडर कॉनिश को देखने के लिए इंटरेस्टेड था एंड ही गेट्स सम मिनट्स so other than that I think Ishan Pandita, most of the people are thinking that Peme Pepe is gone, so maybe Ishan Pandita get a chance in starting 11, but there also Nihal started, and other than that Emmanuel come in the second half, and I think last 10 minutes I think Ishan Pandita gets so one header he has pull out, but I think other than that I mean, Mohammad Azhar looks impressive, but I think Punjab would be a perfect game for me. I mean, I think for Kerala Blaster to play in the home.
Yep. I know back in front of their fans as well. Sure, I mean they should get.
I mean, I want to see the new Punjab FC. You know, they've done. You know, if you look at all the Indian players that they've signed, they've been amongst the most active ones, right? And they've done signings in regard to where they saw their weaknesses. And if these guys can perform, who knows? You know what Punjab FC is capable of. So and the Blasters were very. Yeah, we're very one-dimensional today, which I thought was surprised me. Right? They've been after going back behind 2-1. I didn't have the feeling that they could equalize. This is weird. You know, you
Equalize.
sometimes have this weird feeling. It's like, why? What are they trying to do? And again, Fedor Cianic is someone you'll have to give him time. This guy comes out of minus 10, 15, 20 degrees from Lithuania to this weather of 30 degrees plus in Kerala. He will take a few weeks. I mean, that's just 40, 45, 50 degrees temperature difference, right? The body will take time. It's hot, it's humid in India. So these are things you can't expect it. Justin Emmanuel will be interesting to see because the Blasters at the start of the season thought he was not good enough for the ISL. So they send him to Kerala Blasters, where he has also not really been able to convince. So I think he needs a little bit of more time. So that'll be interesting to see. So
बट
yeah.
बट सर ये आपने बिल्कुल सही बोला कि थोड़ा सा आज मेरे को मतलब केरला ब्लास्टर के प्लेयर वो थोड़े से ऑफ कलर दिखे सभी, चाहे वो मोहम्मद एमान अजहर, वो भी उतने कन्विंसिंग मतलब परफॉर्मेंस नहीं दिखी जितनी मतलब पिछले कुछ मैचेस से बिफोर दी क्या बोलते कि ब्रेक ऑफ सुपर कप और दिख रहे थे.
I also have the feeling I did not like this Vukomanovic stand where he said, you know what, we'll try out a few things at the Super Cup.
सुपर
You
कप
had a certain momentum. You are not using that momentum. And interesting is this whole Jigson Singh scenario, right? That certain people were angry that how can he be on the bench for the Blasters and all, and still he's not starting, so he's still not fit to start a game, right?
Yeah.
And people thought that he should be playing Asian Cup. So that's something where I say is like, no. If even Vukomanovic does not think he's ready to play and start for the Blasters, then forget him starting a game at the Asian Cup. And that's a brutal but an honest reality for us.
Yep, absolutely.
What about the this Ranawade? I think Ranawade's emergence in the Sergio Lovera is a quite an interesting story, to be honest. I think that the right position. I think uske paas what do you say, sir, about this? Is he capable enough to national team?
Amai is a player who 2 years ago, when Mumbai lifted everything, a player where I would have said, you know what, on the way to the national team. And then, of course, he had a broken leg, right? I think a broken leg was it.
Yes.
And he was out for an extended time. They send him to Odisha, and next season he goes back to Mumbai. So Mumbai will be very happy to get such a player back next season. If Amay Ranawade continues like this, he becomes a contender for the national team. But again, Amay Ranawade, to me, what we discussed with Jay Gupta yesterday, to me is a better attacking right back then a defensive right back.
Right back.
I think that is our problem against stronger teams, is do we have these defensive-minded right backs, left backs, who can keep a position and keep that shape with the defense? Because in this ISL, the Spanish coaches want a certain attacking way. You need to attack. And that is, I think, the real challenge. So therefore, for me, Amay falls into that whole bracket of Nikhil Pujari,
Ashish
Peter
Rai.
Kotar, Ashish Rai, Rahul Beke. All of them fall into that bracket. I don't have someone where I would say, this guy or that guy is and this is my problem. Our problem is that we have too many mediocre players. I don't have that standout player. I thought Akash Mishra could be that player for us, but again, you're seeing that even Akash at the moment is sort of stagnating. One match good, one match bad. That is our problem. I think that is, if we are able to find those kind of players, great.
राहुल के वहां पे फोन आ रहा है शायद. नहीं कोई प्रॉब्लम. हाउ मच AFF पे टू आई लीग भाई उसी का लीग है AFF का, तो वो इसको कैसे पे करेगा?
See, and that's the point. Why should the AFF be paying for this league? I mean, again, we are so in a social structure that AFF has to do everything. The club should be doing their own things. The leagues need to do their own things. The state association should be. AFF can't. If we expect AFF to do everything, nothing will ever happen.
मैं आज सर जब 6 बजे लाइव किया, मैं वही बोल रहा था, वो तजाकिस्तान जॉर्डन वाला वॉच अलोंग कर रहे थे कि जितना हम AFF से डिमांड करते हैं उससे 2 गुना डिमांड हमें स्टेट एफएफ से करनी चाहिए, तब जाके आप जो रिजल्ट एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो उसमें कुछ यहाँ पे आपको मिल पाएगा, क्योंकि ज्यादा काम तो उसी को करना है. AFF can you can say कि can't do everything, so that's the thing. I think now it's the time to Rahul move on to the next match, Derby.
Yeah, I think big game. Of course, I think the Kolkata Derby, but important for very different reasons. For Mohan Bagan on one side, they're looking to sort of stake their claim in the title race, and on the other side, you've got East Bengal. After that big Super Cup win, they're now sort of pushing for 6th place, challenging Northeast, challenging the likes of BFC. I just want to put this question to both of you: who is this game more important for? Is it more important for East Bengal or Mohan Bagan, sort of given the situation both teams are in right now?
I think both the teams have their, you can say, some of the problems and some of the points to be proven. So in that sense, it's a very, you can say, interesting derby set it up, because मोहन बगान के एंगल से अगर आप देखो तो यहाँ पे क्या बोलते हैं कि एंटोनी हबास के लिए एक नया एरा स्टार्ट कर रहे हो एट दी मोहन बगान, and this is their first match, so that is going to be a pressure. After that, you can say ki Super Cup win of the East Bengal. I think Mohan Bagan fans won't say, you can say, a little bit something to cheer up about. So in that sense also, I think Mohan Bagan has to prove a point. Some of their key players is coming back. Anwar Ali is fit. Maybe will start on the bench. Sahal Abdul Samad is fit now. Aapka Anirudh Thapa and everything is back. So I think that's a plus point for Mohan Bagan. But let's see how Antonio Habas as a first match, how team is going to react, and everything will be really interesting to see. East Bengal के एंगल से अगर आप देखो तो after their Super Cup win, this derby win means that they are on, you can say, कि top of the football type situation. So I think कार्लोस गुजरात के लिए भी एक काफी इंपोर्टेंट है, एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ दी, यू कैन से कि तेरे 6th पोजीशन प्लेस, आई थिंक उस एंगल से भी अगर आप देखो तो दिस इज अ क्रूशियल 3 पॉइंट्स जो चाहते हैं कि यहाँ पे अगर मिलते हैं देन दे कॉन्फिडेंस भी मिलेगा कि ना वी कैन गो फॉर दी दैट्स द 6th प्लेस स्पॉट ऑफ द प्लेऑफ. तो बोथ द टीम्स हैज देयर, यू कैन से कि टारगेट्स फॉर दिस कोलकाता डर्बी, एंड आई थिंक एक अच्छी तरीके से सेटअप हो चुकी है, सो आई थिंक इट विल बी अ इंटरेस्टिंग मैच.
Yep. Anava, who is it more important for? East Bengal or Mohan Bagan?
It's for both the sides, as Hiren said. Both the teams have their own set of targets. First, again, for East Bengal, after the high of winning the Super Cup in these special circumstances in extra time against Odisha FC in Bhubaneswar, after 12 years, the title, you've got 120 minutes in the legs. That can't be taken away, and that's the first one. I think that needs to be not forgotten. That both that both Odisha and East Bengal had those 120 minutes in their legs. Um, you've lost Borja Herrera. I don't know if Victor Vasquez is in a situation to start tomorrow or if he.
नहीं.
Sorry, he's reaching Kolkata tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, yes.
Felicio, I don't even know when he's coming. So that means that East Bengal only has 4 foreigners to choose from, which will be very interesting. So that does it mean that they're going to play with 2 centre backs, with Hijaji and with Pardo? That's the first one. Is everybody fit after the Super Cup final? Is anyone carrying niggles?
Shovik is going to miss this match, sir. Shovik is going to miss this match.
Yeah, Shovik is out because of his 2 yellows, right? So that's another one. He's out, and there will be, in that sense, that you're playing your first match after winning a title. So there's a lot of positive vibe around East Bengal, and Ganesh is asking. From family roots, I support East Bengal. So therefore, it's red and gold tomorrow. And on the other side, we have Mohun Bagan. You have Habas back. They've had a lot of closed door trainings, so even the media wasn't allowed onto the Mohun Bagan ground or the Salt Lake Stadium ground where they've been training. Yoni Kauko is not being registered. If again, there's a lot of confusion on that. My understanding is Yoni Kauko has just come back, but he's out. He's not going to be playing anytime soon. He's not fully match fit. So then the question is, who all are fit, who is ready to start, and how will Habas set this game up? Because Habas is a taskmaster. He's most probably worked on the basics. And in the Mohun Bagan camp, the mood is quite off at the moment, right? So therefore, from that perspective, it's advantage East Bengal after a long time. Advantage East Bengal, but both teams have something to lose. If they draw, it's actually somewhat of a loss for both the teams, and if East Bengal win, it's a huge win. And if Mohun Bagan win, it's important for them to stay in the title race. And Amit Das, the Salt Lake Stadium capacity is no longer 85,000. The capacity of the stadium is 66,000 and some more. That's the official capacity.
सर बट मेरे को ये एक समझ में नहीं आता, सोल्ट लेक में जो बेस्ट एंगल होता है फुटबॉल में, हम सबको पता है कि साइड से मैच ज्यादा मतलब क्या बोलते हैं कि बेटर तरीके से देखा जाता है, तो सेंट्रली जो दोनों साइड होता है वहां पे तो ये लोग बैठने ही नहीं दे रहे हैं. सो व्हाट इज द थिंग विद दैट कि जो साइड में जो
there is a rule that was implemented at the under-17 FIFA World Cup that the stadium has to be cleared within 90 seconds. Every spectator has to get out of the stadium building. And you cannot get more of this than the 66,000 whatever figure out of the stadium. Therefore, 66,000 is until today the official figure of.
Yeah, I just lost an offer. Yeah, no.
Yeah, sorry. So I said the official capacity is 66,000 plus, because that's the official number of people who can be gotten out of a stadium within a 90-second time frame. So it's a security measure.
Okay. Yeah. But again, coming to sort of the game again, guys, who do you see winning this? I know. Like you said, you're probably backing East Bengal for this. Hiren, who are you backing, and what do you think the result will be?
I think I can you can say कि I'm seeing a chance of winning Mohun Bagan, because I think they have a redemption time. I think for me, I think they have a, you can say a lot more you can say points to be proven by this win. I think that सर ने जैसे बोला ना कि मूड ऑफ है, उसको लाइट अप करने का ये सबसे बड़ा मौका है. If they can, you can say win this derby and that get back that confidence, then I think that will help them in the remainder season of the ISL. So I think in that sense, I think they have a much more important game, and I think they, with their quality Indian players back, I think they have a very good, you can say now setup. And as sir mentioned, Antonio Habas is a taskmaster, so I think he will definitely want to start his you can say second tenure as a Mohan Bagan head coach, and is definitely with the Derby win. So I think that will also silence some of the critics. So I think in every sense, I think this is a going for a coach, for a players. Everyone has a points to prove. So in that sense, I think it's a big game for them, and I think definitely they will turn up.
Scoreline here.
Scoreline will be a difficult one, but I'm going with the 2-1 victory.
Okay, okay. At Mohun Bagan, I will be supporting Mohun Bagan as well because of course it favors
And
BFC.
six position issue.
Very important race for sixth place. So yeah, otherwise your prediction for the game and a scoreline, please.
2-1 East Bengal.
Okay, okay. 2-1 East Bengal. Any particular reason for East Bengal that you see East Bengal winning this?
I think they've got a momentum going for them.
Hmm.
Yeah. So so I think for them, yeah, I think Habas has not had enough time to really work with the team. I think he will not get that time. I think that's the problem when you come in middle of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Ganesh saying he wants East Bengal to win. Igor is also seeing a 3-1 East Bengal win. 2-0 East Bengal is what Ganesh is saying. So, yeah, I know, have you spoken to Shine? What does he think about this tomorrow? I mean, about the game tomorrow?
Again, China is hardcore East Bengal, so anything else than East Bengal winning, I think, will not make him happy. So all the East Bengal fans, again, the East Bengal fans deservedly are in a good mood after Sunday. After a very very long time, winning a title after 12 years is a long time. A deserving title, and this is a challenge. This is a real challenge. If you guys are right and Mohun Bagan win, that high suddenly goes down again because you directly lose within 6 days. You lose a derby,
Yeah.
and sometimes the derby is more important than actually winning titles in Kolkata.
Titles.
So yeah, so therefore, Habas is dangerous. Habas is very very dangerous. So therefore, let's wait and see.
Yep,
Habas is
absolutely.
dangerous because of his rumble. So that's why I'm saying it's going to be a very interesting match.
Yep. Going to be fun. Guys, there's another game tomorrow. I just don't want people to forget that
Acha, double
BFC
header Saturday. Yes.
Yeah, BFC are back in action against Punjab. This is at 5. This is the first game tomorrow. Again, we'll just quickly preview that as well. Hiren, your thoughts on this BFC Punjab playing in Punjab? I mean, not Punjab, technically Delhi, but yeah.
That will be interesting match, by the way. But I think BFC after that reinforcement, I think looks more, you can say, settled in terms of the starting 11. But as sir mentioned, in Punjab FC also signed some of the quite interesting players, Bryce Miranda, Sahil Tavora, Vidyasagar Singh. So I think they quite cover the. I think in midfield they lack that experience. Midfielder, and I think Sahil Tavora can be a very good fit in that role. Winger, I think they quietly depended on that Krishnananda or something like that, but he didn't able to do anything much effectively. So I think in that role, I think Bryce Miranda can be effective. So there's made some quite interesting signing, but I think for me, BFC are the favorites for this match.
Anava, your thoughts on this one?
I think the biggest enemy tomorrow is the fog because some matches were cancelled. I don't know if and of course Delhi FC, Gokulam Kerala were cancelled because of floods. But again, the fog is also an issue in the Delhi NCR region. So therefore, I don't know if that's going to be an issue. I think BFC, with what they want to achieve against a team which has been promoted, will need to win it. Period. I think Punjab FC will give it as they've done throughout the season against all possible teams. But the question is if it's gonna be an interesting one. And again, how quickly do the newcomers settle? Do the newcomers start? These are all the questions that they are for both the teams. So therefore, it's going to be interesting.
Yep. Shaggy saying there's no confirmation of Dross. I don't know why, but I felt like I saw a creative. I'm not sure if it was on the BFC's official Instagram handle of the signings, and there were 3 and Dross was in there. I'm not sure, but if that hasn't been confirmed, then yeah, we're probably missing a striker then. it'll be interesting to see who plays up top in his absence. So yeah, it's going to be
But
interesting.
you
Gonna be fun.
already you have a Siva Shakti and Sunil
Yeah,
Chhetri.
yeah,
So I think
yeah,
that will be not the problem. Ryan Williams is fit, or what is
yeah, yeah.
the situation?
Yeah,
So that's
he's
a good
back.
one.
He played the
So
Super Cup. So
Ray Williams, Vizia Kindrov, and this Damjanovic या फिर Sleshkovic. Out of two, anyone can play. So those three, and other than that, who is another foreigner? Rost is
Javier Hernandez.
Javier
yeah.
Hernandez.
Yeah, the
That's a
interesting.
perfectly set up.
So the interesting one for BFC that I saw in the Super Cup was Zaragoza playing Damjanovic at left back because I think he wanted a natural left-footed player on that side, and it was very interesting because I don't think he was too bad. So if there are any BFC fans in the chat, I mean Shaggy's there obviously. So your thoughts, guys, as Damjanovic at left back, because it looked very interesting to me. He can play Jovanovic, of course, at centre back. Now you've got Sana. You don't need to worry. You can play those two, and you've got Roshan and Nikhil on either side at fullback. If you don't want to play Damjanovic, you can let that be as well. Yeah, Sunil Chhetri there, so it's going to be interesting. It'll be fun to watch. But yeah, predictions, guys, for that one as well. Great.
I'm going with again 2-1 victory to the BFC.
Okay. Anova?
1-0 BFC.
That's the. I think it's finally I've got two positive results from you all when it comes to BFC. So yeah, I
And
mean, I
then
hope
and then they lose tomorrow, right?
it'll be a bad one. But yeah, okay, it's going to be interesting.
Shivaldo.
Another thing, yeah, Shrivaldo was very impressive. I hope. I mean, if he does get a chance, it'll be fun to watch him. I thought Rohit was back, and I thought he looked good in that last Super Cup game. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how BFC play tomorrow. But yeah, guys, this was pretty much it. Our previews for the games tomorrow, and we did talk about, of course, Odisha and the Blasters. Odisha winning that 2-1. It's going to be an interesting couple of days in the ISL because the race is heating up for the sixth position and the top of the table. So yeah, thanks Hiren, thanks Arnava. Please do like and share these videos. Subscribe to all the channels: Sports Khabri, Curious Harry, Arun Foot, and Indian Food and Football. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys.